Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for our daily Oracle Tarot card reading. And this reading is going to be for the weekend, and the weekend will be Friday, April the 3rd, and then Saturday. Let me check my calendar here. I want to make sure I'm giving you the right dates. Yes, it will be Friday, April the 3rd, Saturday, April the 4th, and Sunday, April the 5th. And we're using the Spirit Messages Oracle by John Holland this week. And as I shuffle the deck, I'm asking that all light beings, angels, and God please relay the message to me that I may share with my viewers for the highest good of all. And we pull a card from the center. And it's support. And pull another card. This one is relationships. And the last card is study. Okay, so getting to the reading, we have support. And it's a woman. And in front of this woman, there are several hands. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different hands, and they're holding an egg. Okay, and we have like an angel wing in the background. Very interesting card. And what I'm getting from Spirit when I look at this is delicate. The egg is very delicate. It's something you don't want to drop. When I think of an eggshell, I think of something fragile. Very, very fragile and easily broken if not handled correctly. Support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from, and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. And that is so true. Sometimes people will enter our life for a short time, and some of them will enter your life and stay a lifetime. But I really believe that everyone that crosses your path has a lesson to teach you. I believe that someone may enter your life and then for some time leave and then come back because whatever lesson was meant to be learned during that time was not completed. A lot of people that come into our life may not be teaching us a lesson that's good. It could be something bad. What I'm getting from this card and what I'm really feeling when I look at this is this woman, this egg represents her heart. And her heart is fragile. She evidently loved somebody. She cared about them. And I don't think that they were right to her. They just did not treat her right. They didn't give her the same respect that she gave them. She may have given them love and they did not show that love in return. They broke her heart and they left. They could possibly want to come back. Now, if you've learned the lesson that, once you give your heart to someone and they stomp on it like that it's not a good thing to go back to them. If you haven't learned that lesson and you haven't realized that this person in your life behaves in patterns, and that even though your heart is breaking, your mind is telling you, no, don't let this person back in. They're going to do the same old thing again, but yet your heart is saying, maybe this time's going to be different. Maybe this person learned their lesson. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you will decide to give this person another chance. It depends on how intentional the hurt and pain was that this person may have inflicted on you. Was there any other option that they could have taken that wouldn't have caused you pain? Was there anything that they could have done that wouldn't have been difficult but they chose not to? If you're going back and forth in a relationship, this could be a marriage where you're separated. This could be just a boyfriend and girlfriend. This could be a partner and partner. Think about how you felt when the pain happened. Think about why the pain happened and learn from it. That person came in your life because you had to learn the lesson of what trust is, what loyalty is, what honesty is. And if you haven't learned it, you'll let this person back in your life and it may happen again until you finally realize what you want and what you don't want. And if you're strong enough right now to say no to them, then you've learned the lesson. You've learned the lesson and you don't need to repeat it. Second card is relationships. And relationships shows a woman, and she's staring straight ahead. She looks like she's going to confront someone. The message that I get from Spirit, and there's also another woman here who's actually looking up to the heavens. And there's all of these look like white doves flowing in and around her heart. And the message reads, relationships are just mirror images of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. And that is definitely synchronized with what I was getting from this card. That this is a relationship. I mean, and this could be a man that had his heart broken by a woman, or this could be a woman who had their heart broken by a man. This is a person, regardless of gender, had their heart broken by another person. And this here is basically telling you, this relationship card, how you feel and treat yourself and how you react and respond in different situations. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for growth, and it links in with the fact that people enter our lives for a reason, to teach us lessons. And when you learn the lesson, that's the part that this card is mentioning, growth. Growth takes place. You grow as a person. You grow stronger. When I think of something growing, I'm thinking of it flourishing. I'm thinking of it, reaching up to the sky. It's not something that's hanging its head down low and crying and always me and I'm so sorry, I let this person into my life again and feeling bad. When you grow, plants grow upward, trees grow upward. You're growing. You're going to develop what it needs to take to be stronger. The next time you get into a relationship, you're going to learn from whoever broke your heart. You're going to remember that for the rest of your life, believe me. And we all get our heart broken. Some of us more often than not. And it will keep happening. It will keep happening until you learn the lesson that you were meant to learn by these people coming in and out of your life. And this card here is, telling you the way you treat people are, the type of life you're going to have. And I feel that, people can only treat you badly if you allow them to. And we got to be careful of how reactive we are to people, because if you react to somebody in a harsh way, of course they're going to come back at you harshly. That's a given. And saying that relationships are mirror images of our own life, they truly are. So if you're treating somebody badly, they're going to treat you badly back. It's just going to be a negative experience. If you treat someone in a positive way, hopefully they will be positive towards you as well. And if they're not, then you don't need to associate with that type of situation. That's only going to bring on negative energy, which is going to lead to a negative experience. And this card here, be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. It does. Every time your heart is broken, people say, it took a piece out of me. You're going to put those pieces back, because, you can only go through so much until you finally learn that lesson. And then the last card is study. And study is a woman who is looking up. Looks like she's meditating. There's butterflies flying around her head. And there's all these books going from her shoulders all the way up into her brain. She's like completely enveloped in these books. And when I look at this, I think of study. When you study, you're learning. You don't necessarily have to study from a book. You could study relationships and how people interact with one another in your life. You could study things that happen on your path and realize that in the end you're going to be thankful for the lessons learned. No matter how cruel and awful things are, there's a lesson to be learned in everything. And again, the pattern will repeat unless you've learned from it. And unless you want to keep going down that same road, you'll learn the lesson that is provided you. The card reads, Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn. Whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new, this is an opportunity to expand your mind. So this could, like I said, this could be learning from a relationship, First card was, looking at the people that come and go in your life. It's a learning experience. And this didn't involve any books. I mean, it could involve books. I mean, sometimes when people have their heart broken, they head to the bookstore and look for books on healing and, inner peace and things like that. So it could have led to studying books, or it could have just been observing the person that, you've been spending your time with. It's, doing whatever it is. Sorry, here I'm having a little computer malfunction. There we go. So study doesn't necessarily mean books. Study could mean paying attention to people's actions. And I'm a person that you could say whatever it is you want to say to me, and a lot of times people give you lip service because they're very eloquent in the way they speak and they're very convincing with their words. But I sit back and I watch their actions, and that's how I form my opinions. And sometimes there are silent ways that people can be, certain gestures, certain body language that you could really study and pick up a lot on and learn a lot. This here study, this card here, saying there's an opportunity to expand your mind. There's always opportunities to learn. We never stop learning. What I see this weekend meaning being with all of these cards together, between support, relationship card, and now the study, these cards are urging us to learn. Learn from the things that have been happening in our life. Learn from our relationships, whether they are good or bad. Learn from them. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going round and round until we finally realize that a relationship isn't working out. When you finally learn what that relationship was supposed to teach you, that's when you'll finally move on. If you keep having a bad experience, why keep going back to it? I know why people go back to bad experiences and bad people, because it's comfortable. Even though it may be chaotic, it's better than being alone, they think. But really, when it comes right down to it, if you allow someone to make a doormat out of you, and people know who they could take advantage of and who they can't, it's going to keep happening until you put your foot down. So this weekend, think about your relationships. Think about the ones that are bringing you joy. Think about the ones that are bringing you sadness. What was it that sadness was there to teach you? Gain that knowledge, learn from it, and promise yourself you're not going to make that mistake again. If you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel because I will be back. Take care.